is the performance summary for week 39 of 2024, which is the week ending September 27th. Let's begin by inputting the starting and ending balances. So the starting balance was on Friday, September 20th. And the ending balance was on September 27th. So we made just a small gain last week of $98, which is a percentage gain of 0.33%. Now let's put in the trades. So we go to the website here and look at the trade list. And we had these 5 trades last week. So theoretical gain was 0.7%, which is pretty close to what we actually made, but there's a small difference, and that's accounted for by this dividend. There's an ex-dividend date last week in Philip Morris, and so theoretically that's reflected, but the actual dividend should hit in a few days in the actual account, at which point it'll catch up to the theoretical number. So let's look at the trade by trade graphs for these 5 tickers. So first one was Abbott Labs. Last week was kind of a quiet week in the overall stock market, so there wasn't much movement in our holdings either. So we bought here and sold here for Abbott. The reversion didn't quite occur, and so the loss was 1.2%. Next one is Colgate-Palmolive. There was a gain of 0.95%. Bought here, sold here. Next one is MO, which is Altria, gain of 1.29%. So for Altria, we bought here and sold here. The next one is Philip Morris, where we made 0.86%. So we entered here and we exited here. And the last trade was United Health, made 0.93%. So we bought here and sold here. So just to remind viewers, what the strategy is doing is it's buying the dip. It's a dip buying strategy, but it looks for those stocks that are in an intermediate to long-term uptrend, and the trend has to be relatively good compared to the peers in the universe of the S&P 100. So let's put in the P&L, or the ending balance, into the cumulative tab and see how we're doing on a cumulative basis. So the strategy went live at the beginning of June this year. So last week we made $98, which brings the cumulative gain since June to $3,835, which is a percentage gain of 14.87%. And the equity curve updated looks like this. So we're still at a new high. And let's look at the equity curve over the long term. This is the back test going back to 1994. And this is where we're at right now at the upper right end of it. Let me zoom in so we get a closer look. I'm going to zoom in from 2012. This looks like a pretty steady ascent. We're over here. And an even closer look, let's go back to 2022. This is where we're at. So that's the performance summary for week 39 of 2024. If you want to learn more about this strategy, the weekly reversion strategy, please feel free to visit my website at returnstream.com. I've put a link to it in the description box below. Thank you.